So welcome back. Did some tinkering and fixed the title on the stream here. So we're doing everything from the phone right now, and we're recording for YouTube the complete build on another camera just right next to you. That's where the mic is connected. So sorry about the sound. It's gonna be not great, but I guess people figure that out along the way. But anyways, so we're gonna continue the build here and make, hopefully get some things going here, because we really need to step up and make this. Dreamhack is just a few days away, so that's that, or a couple of days to be honest. But I have several things to do before Dreamhack, so I'm really pressed on time here, because the PC needs to be ready. I need to upload the video about the PC. I need to make the Dreamhack video as well that we're gonna have, or I'm gonna have. And well, yeah, there's just things to do, in a good way though. Yeah, that's gonna be real nice. So we're really taking off all the original. Sorry if I disappear sometimes, but I need to walk around fixing everything here to not everything is just standing right at my feet. Even though it's a fairly small studio, it's not that small. We need to be moving, but yeah. So the build has along the way taken some really sharp turns, and well, it's been altered from the base idea several times actually. Don't mind it, it's fine. It's just unfortunate that we can't do the one I was planning. It's strapped for time and tools. I don't have all the tools that I need to make this build, or to make the build and be proud of it. Make the best possible build for me. I'm not saying that I'm the best ever, but it would be nice to not have the excuse of, well, I didn't have the tools. So yeah, just for me to not have any excuses when it comes. I have the ideas are just, I have so many ideas for builds. So when this is done and Dreamhack is done for this time, we're gonna start planning the next build. Hopefully we manage to get ourselves some friends, because PC parts are expensive if you're doing the modding and build guides and tips and tricks, because basically we're learning at the same time as building here. So this is my biggest mod ever of a case. I've done some modding, I've done few builds, but not at this level ever. So I'm just making a few parts ready for paint now. The smaller parts that I know we're right up to done with those. But we have more. We have lots more parts to be building, or to build. You know, words are hard for me. Duh. But yeah. So I just mounted this with some hot glue yesterday, just so that we wouldn't have to fight it every single step of the way. This is not going to be this is not going to carry the frame. It's too fragile. And it's basically going to be in the way right now, but we're not going to be extremely picky here when we remove it, because we're going to use body fillers body filler to cover up a few things here. We're going to do an all acrylic side panel or front panel here, so that's we bought the new acrylic sheet, so that's going to be scored and cut and fixed for or today. So that's going to be awesome. We're going to be noisy as hell because we're grinding and making this PC complete. So yeah, trying to remove as much of the sharp edges here. It's plate, so we're not gonna get all of it. We could just put some hot glue around the edges here to make it safer for me to handle, but yeah, I know this is gonna bug me in the ass, but we're gonna be careful and hopefully it's gonna be fine. So yeah, this needs to be cleaned and fixed for paint, but we're not really there yet. So we are keeping up the work here. This needs to be, the body filler needs to be coming on this next. So let's try to make some sort of system here. This needs to be sanded and added some body filler as well. I really need to get myself a broom and a vacuum cleaner for here. So let's see, how can we could start with opening the window. It's gonna smell in here and it's gonna be dust in here. We could start the compressor. So I got this tiny air compressor. It's good enough for these works, or these types of work, where I don't really need it for, I don't really need high pressure. So yeah, try not to use that too much because it's noisy as fuck. But yeah, system. We're gonna have a backplate inside the case next to the motherboard. That is pretty much done. We need to glue it together. The top panel here is pretty much done. We need to bolt it to the front here, or the top here. We could actually see if the bolts that I bought will work. Probably we need to re-drill the holes, because I think we got 4mm holes, and these are C6M M6 really, but yeah, that was almost, I cut myself in the hand. But yeah, so all of the work I do here, I do for love of the game and PCs. And I am back. We go bit. So let's see where we put our drill bits. So this should be better. Yep. So this is sketchy as hell, to be honest. Drilling into acrylic is not a fun thing. And we ran out of battery. Are you shitting me? Well, so we need to charge the battery, but that's fine. We got the charger, but still lacking a little bit here. It's a bit too small still, so we need to figure that out. It's an easy fix, I guess. We could use the Dremel to just up the hole a little bit. Could do that. With the right tool, everything is easy. So yeah. Right, tools. not sure which is gonna be best, because this screw is, it's a bit of the big side here. I don't know if it's better to drill to Dremel down the edges here. Or expand the hole a lot more. So that's the problem when you don't have a real game plan from start. Like I had a game plan, but it really didn't turn out that way. This could suck. So that's not gonna work. We're just gonna need to go through the options here and see what works the best, where I don't cut my fingers off. Might actually be making the hole bigger. That might actually be the safest plan we got so far. Well, we got some tools for the Dremel, so we might just try to see which tool works best for this job. I'm not sure, I might have forgotten my glasses as well, so that's fucking great. You know, 4 minutes to work, that's 4 minutes I could be working. So we're almost through here. Don't want to push it too hard. Don't want to break anything. That's really kissing the edge here. But that's good. Worked out fine. 4 more holes to do that on. was actually looking for maybe buying the expansion kit for my Dremel today, but I was like, can wait. But I could have used some of those tools today. But you live and you learn. Frick. So yeah, I could have just drilled a big ass hole straight through, but I want it to be as small as possible, really. So yeah, there we go. Let's see, that one's done. That one is done, so we still have this one. There we go, 4 holes done, and we're ready for step 2 in this little bit of a case mod. But yeah, I don't really know. So I'm not really sure on how this is gonna work out in real life when we're done. It could be just crap, but if you don't try, you'll never learn, basically, and you'll never find new epic things to do with your life. So my plan is to basically take the we're gonna take the front panel last. That's the plan, at least. How we end up doing it later on, we'll just have to wait and see, but that's the plan. The back panel is done, it's just gonna need paint. PSU shroud done, paint. IO shield done, paint. Top panel needs to be test mounted to see if it's correct, then sanded and then paint. Same goes for the back panel inside the case, for next to the motherboard, needs to be fitted and sanded and painted. So we're pretty much to this point right now, which scares me a lot. So I still have the safety plastic on this one, the front panel, but I don't dare take any risks here. I really don't want to start over. You could if you have to, but I don't want to. Really. So we're gonna try to protect it as best as we can, which is pretty good, I guess, because it's like a vinyl tape thingy. So it's really covered up. It's all black. So now we need to grind the inside here. Take away as much of the fiberglass as possible. But we can't use this depth because it transfers so much sound. It's just bonkers. So we need to do something about that. And I think we could do something like this. Hopefully this is gonna take away most, if not all, the vibrations down to the table. We got a car mat with a wood panel on top, so it's just it's for my own car. I think it's the passenger's floor. Just need to find somewhere I can have the camera where you can see a bit more. But yeah, so now we just need to grind this down, and hopefully that's gonna make everything good and well, and I'm gonna be happy. So we just cut off the worst parts. Now we need to sand a little bit better here. We're gonna do the fine body filler instead of the glass fiber. So this is pretty much how not to mod your PC, but we're keeping on. I need to find me some acrylic here as I'm gonna make like an edge here where it's coming out a bit from the normal hinges. That way it's gonna look like it's more focused towards the fans and stuff like that. We are gonna need to blow this crap. And we're gonna need to vacuum here tomorrow, but that's not a problem. So we need to mix some body filler here. Could get a bigger tool. this is the body filler, and we should put it on something that we're gonna throw away anyway. So what should we use? My soul. I don't have one, so don't worry. There we go. So we can mix it on that one. That way we're not wasting much more than what we need. So this works a whole lot better, to be honest. Than the what's the word? The fiberglass filler, because that wasn't good at all, to be honest. I mean, it's probably good, but not for what I needed it for, so that's what I'm basing it on. So we're most likely going to need to do this several times, because we need to sand it, build it up, sand it, build it up, and sand it once again. And I'm leaning more and more towards having a straight edge. And we could remove the acrylic, that's a good thing. We just have to remount it later on. That's fine. This way we can work harder on the panel. It's going to be easier to sand it down if we can get from both sides here, for sure. And we're going to make this edge a bit straighter. Basically, we're going to make it look like it's built this way, without doing too much fancy, I guess. Because fancy costs time and opens up for many mistakes. And we don't really have that much time left, unfortunately. But, well, it's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Everything is always fine. But I do want to go to Dreamhack, so making everything pretty good. So the better I work with this, the more time and money we actually save on the end result here. Which means we can put more time into another part later on. But I think we did that fairly good. Some mistakes, but so we do things to make it a bit more stable, because pretty much that's what we can hope for, more, just a bit more stable. But yeah, the fiberglass body filler turned out to be extremely uneven and unfriendly to work with, really. Maybe when you're doing a boat it's a bit different, but when you're trying to build PC case, it's not the best. We're soon gonna stop with the body filler for a little time here. Get a drink, start planning next step while this dries. Because it's like we need new mounting space or spots for most things in the PC that you usually don't really think about that much, because well, Corsair or Cooler Master or whoever you use usually thinks about it enough so you don't have to. But yeah, we're gonna make it work. It's just taking more time than it does for people that don't mod. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people thinking there's a reason why we don't, because it's not worth the hassle. But I do think it's worth it. I'm getting a case that looks like nothing anyone else has, and if it's good or bad, well, we can only wait and see what people thinks. But for me, this is good. Getting a PC that, even if it's not as good as one from Cooler Master or whoever, there's no one else like it. and that's worth something to me, or that's worth a whole lot to me. I mean, the amount of money I've spent on this case so far, I could easily have bought one of the top tires cases. No worries. I mean, so yeah, that's something you might want to think about first time you are gonna you get the idea of, well, I want to mod my case. I say, yeah, go for it. Just do it. It's awesome. It's fun. It's nerve-wracking. It's aggravating. It's all of the above, and it's great. But as far as I can tell right now, if this was the only case I would ever do, this is gonna be one expensive case. For real. This is gonna be really expensive for just one. It would be a better financial decision to buy one, or employ someone to mod it for you. Here we go, and I'm sticky. I don't know if I even have any wiping thingies. Here we go. I got some shit in my eye. It's not literal shit, but it's crap. It's not crap either, but dust from the sanding. So we need to put that back on, put that one in there, close it off for now. We might come back to more body fillers later on, but for now we are gonna be done with it. Let's see, remove all the cables. So we could drill the holes for the top panel here. So let's just move this out of the way. And we'll get back to that one later on. But here we go. Drill. Might be done. It's probably not done, but so we need to check which holes we're gonna use. Hmm. Ooh. Sticky everywhere. So yeah, this is gonna be an issue. Might gonna be an issue. Yeah, that's gonna be an issue. This is basically fine. This ain't. So that's extremely tight. So what I'm thinking, we're gonna need to cut the screws anyways because they're too long here. So yeah, rethink and redo. So I mean, I could do a permanent mount here. For sure, wouldn't be that much of a trouble. Just to glue it on and not being able to access the fans from the top, because I don't know. We're probably gonna make it use the bottom way anyways to get access to him. Let's see. So it became 145. We could almost mount two 140s in here, which we probably will, because that's gonna make this look a whole lot better, fill it up way more. But that's not the issue at hand. It's the mounting of the top panel. The last one was, I cut it out, you couldn't remove it. So on that note, we're gonna be fine, because it would be same as we had it before. We could just grind it down and be done. Would make it easy for us. We could take some shortcuts, but do we want to take shortcuts on this build right now? I'm not sure. But most things we do is a shortcut. Nothing ever works out just fine, and then it wouldn't be any fun. So yeah, so let's just remove this here, because I bought something for it before. It's like a long time ago, and I was planning to use it and forgot. So yeah, fine, great me. It's chemical metal. Actually got it here, which we just squeeze and make hard. Giggity. And well, fill the hole. Giggity. So just make this done here. This kit here. There we go. Try to make it somewhat straight here. There we go. So that needs to dry. That needs to dry. We need to figure something out with this one. But I'm leaning on gluing it to in place. Because, well, as I said, it's the same as it used to be. It's fine. We couldn't access the front panel before, or the top before. We don't really need it now. We just need airflow, and we're gonna get ample of it, or enough airflow. So yeah, I think next step is gonna go wash off, because this is getting a bit awful. So we are back. So yeah. So we moved here, let's see, a few months ago, 3-4 months ago. Oh, we moved to here. So yeah, we moved here a few months ago. Moved to this studio. We had a smaller one, or no, we actually had a bigger one. Um, just smaller rooms. Uh, One room was bigger. Well, never mind. But it was an apartment, and we cannot work from an apartment. We're not allowed. So we moved here to be able to work more, make it be easier to work more here. Um, it is. We got a driving school or driving aid school thingy right next to us, so they want some peace and quiet when they're in session. Yeah, by the way, I just washed my hands. Smarty. Need to find. I have some gloves somewhere around here. Should have used these get-go. Will make everything so much easier down the line. But yeah. But that's pretty much the only thing. They want some peace and quiet when they're open. Other than that, I can do more or less what I want. This is an office space, so I need to be a bit mindful. I shouldn't grind like I do, but I do. I told the landlord what I'm doing here, so hopefully that's going to be fine with him. Or well, it should be. I told him before I moved in, so it should be fine. He should be okay with it. So yeah, we're plugging up the holes that we just drilled for the top panel, so we can make it look good when we grind or paint it and glue it to in place here, for fuck's sake. So we're gonna add glue and stuff like that to the front here. When we get the front panel on, it's gonna be fine, because the front panel has mounting holes in fronting holes and mounting holes in front, so it keeps it up and straight and good and fine. So just want to make it sturdier. Because I want to go, I hope that I'm gonna be able to paint this like maybe tomorrow. That would be awesome. If not, well, sucks to be me, but that's just the way it is in that case. But yeah, should be dry enough to grind before I go home today, which means I'm gonna be able to take it to get it painted tomorrow. I'm gonna paint it myself, so I'm not taking it to a painter. But I'm just talking while I try to figure out where we are at on the build here. What we need to do to make this complete. So we're gonna mount this front panel magnetically. We haven't cut that yet, so we could do that. So basically we need to wow, this is so fucking uneven. So this case has been with me for many years. It wasn't that out of date when I got it. Now it's pretty out of date, to be honest. I mean, it's an old case. Corsair Carbine 1, Spec 1 or something like that. So yeah, it's fairly old, but it's my case and I like it. But there's issues with it, and this is the last hurrah for it. We're gonna not scrap it, but we're not gonna be building in this for much more. Next step is gonna be just stripping it and using it as a test bench, and let it live out its final days as a test bench for high-end PC parts. It's gonna be a sad time for the case and, well, its memories. So yeah, what else? I'm talking about Dreamhack a bit. We need to get ready for Dreamhack. It needs to be done before Dreamhack. Stuff like that I've been saying here. Some of you might not know what Dreamhack is. Dreamhack is a gaming event in Sweden, which I'm not really sure on the statistics anymore, but it was the world's biggest LAN party. If it's that now or not, I don't know, but it was. It's still really big, so it might be. So yeah, that's gonna be fun, going to that. And I still got crap in my eye. So yeah, we need to get a move on, build this case, get it ready, and, well, be ready for when it's time. We're gonna need to be building sort of a case around my PC and my neighbor's PC on Dreamhack, so we're not gonna be people are not gonna be able to steal from us, because it's a big event. Stealing happens. Unfortunately, people don't let people's things be, and that's just life, I guess. So I'm trying in my head here figure out how we should proceed. In my mind, we should test mount everything and then take it apart, and then words. Yeah, and then mount it back up and paint it. This is really not working out, this goop I used. could take it home and weld it. Just put a few nips in it. That's gonna set me back at least one day. So that's gonna suck balls. So where to now? If I hadn't cut this before, we would be able to go ahead. I don't have the patience to wait for this to dry. So we're doing many parts of this build. We're doing several times just because I can't be asked to wait. I don't have the patience for it right now. I want to move on. So yeah, good shit though. Let's see, we need some strong glue, I guess. Strong glue. Good thing is, we got some now we need a piece of paper again. So we got some 2K epoxy glue here. So just mixing it. Got some on the table. Got some on the table. There we go. So that's glued. Almost in place. Hopefully this works. So hopefully this works. This one is fairly sturdy. So we're gonna need to sand that down again. Anyways, so yeah. So I'm putting much thought and effort into that part of the PC, which is gonna, as I said, I don't really have to, cause the front panel holds it pretty much in place anyways. So yeah, don't really know why this is bothering me this much, but it does. So yeah, put that one back. We're not gonna need that right now. So I actually think the time is running away from me a bit, and I need to keep on moving on the build. So put that one away for now, let it dry off. We need to cover this one up so we can work on it for real. This one's gonna be mounted onto here. So yeah, we're just using hot glue for now on that part. So I think we're actually going to use some masking tape. So all the pattern is going to be on this side. For the design, but we still have a few things to do on the top panel, so I don't want to accidentally scratch this more. Do, 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 do. Christ's sake. So it's this kind of tape that I bought. Good. Makes me happy. Makes me real happy. There we go. And there we go. we're gonna cover the top side as well. Just don't want any of these things to be hanging over and messing up when I spray paint. That's actually more important on this side. But yeah. So I made the design on the PC slide, and it's gonna be the design we're working on or using, which is nothing fancy. It's just lines pretty much, but I do believe it's gonna look good in the end. And hopefully for the next build we got both the 3D printer and the vinyl cutter. The vinyl cutter would make it much easier to do some cool designs with themes that are based in something that's already designed by someone else, like Thor or Iron Man or whatnot. Something with a bit more detailed, which is going to be impossible for me to make. For me at least. Some people might be able to, but not this guy. So we basically have to paint this one first before we mount it. Which is going to become a problem however we do it. Reason being, we might need to sand it down a bit to make it fit real snug and good. So that's going to be a problem. But I'm thinking that we might do the lines, the design lines with the the lines, because it's gonna be black in the rest, so we could just paint the lines and then go from there. think that's a possibility that could work. But now we're covering everything. Because I'm working backwards. Somehow. But yeah, we're getting close to painting the design here, or making the design, because we're making it with our painter's tape, the blue lines, because that's gonna stand out a bit more for me. So basically fudged up, I guess. But we're gonna make well, maybe we didn't fuck up. Maybe. So these are going to be super straight. So the area between here is going to be the color, the secondary color, which in this case is going to be a pink or purple-ish color. So super straight lines, cut it out as straight as possible as well. And the area exposed is going to be the pink line. If we get it covered out. There we go. So that's one line made. This is not the fastest way to do it. Vinyl cutter would be to prefer. For sure. There we go, 2 lines. Whoop, whoop. So yeah, pretty much just making the lines freehand, and hope that it's, but who knows. So we're gonna make an angle line here, just break it off. So not every line is exactly going the exact same way. And though we could, because there's nothing that says this is wrong or right. Seeing that this design only exists in my head. And I can just lie and say this was the plan all along. It wasn't. But with that said, it's still something that I'm, for now, we have to wait and see. But for now, I'm happy with the idea of this layout. As I said, it's not the most advanced one. So there we go. That's how it looks right now. could I'm thinking maybe we should take one more line straight across the case. Go. So while we're just sitting here and doing really nothing useful or exciting, I could just let you guys know that I'm already working on the new project, which is gonna be something else entirely. Could that be cool? Maybe if we go something like this. Make it look a bit like they're overlapping, like a network of sorts. Yeah, so I have a few ideas that I'm working on, which could feel like they're gonna be able to be pretty cool. A mini ITX case for one. Never built one mini ITX before, so that's going to be a bit special. But the plan is, or the idea is, fully air cooled and put the GPU on a dual CPU cooler, if that makes any sense at all. To you guys. So the graphics card is gonna have CPU cooler on both top and bottom of uh, the 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 card, the words. Well, I'll show you when it's time. But yeah, that's a bit. And I'm thinking wood is going to be a kind of cool element to use. I've seen some with similar LEDs. So I know it's going to be able to be done. The question is this going to be able to be done by me? That's the real question, but we just have to wait and see. But that's going to be the shroud or top panel. Needs to get the first coat of paint on, which we could actually do pretty much now. So I'm gonna paint pink, so that's gonna be the inlay here. Which means this part is wrong. Wrong. So yeah, I was, when I did the power supply shroud here, my thought was same but different. So now we're gonna need to cover up all the parts that are not gonna get paint on it, or the purple paint at least. This is kind of intense, because if we get a lot of leakage with the color going under the masking tape here, we're gonna be royally fucked, to be honest. Then we're gonna need to change our designs again and make the purple the main color and the black the off color. And I could do it, but it's not how I pictured it. If you catch my drift. There we go. Do, 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 do. So when we paint the black, then later on, we're just gonna have to cover up the few pink-ish lines, and hopefully that's gonna be no problem. But who knows, really. It shouldn't be. And as I said, I don't want to do the black yet, because I want everything to be test mounted before I paint the black. Actually, because when I grind later on, it doesn't matter if the pink is on here. And I do believe I'm going to need to get myself a watch mirror, because I have no idea what time it is. I only know that it's dark outside right now. That's all I know. And well, so everything is masked off, and we can start fixing with, let's see, kind of need to know what time it is sometimes. Kids that wake up in the morning. Girlfriends that wants alone time with you. Which is not a bad thing. It's kind of nice. And, well, yeah, we got a kid coming real soon, so alone time is kind of at a premium now. It's not gonna come to us easily in a few months. Well, straight after Dreamhack, basically. Hopefully after Dreamhack anyways. But yeah, we're gonna do the paint here today. And that's gonna be it for today. When we do that, then the body filler can harden in peace, and we can go back tomorrow, hopefully bright and early, and do the sanding on that one. So, this is where we're gonna paint in a cardboard box marked kitchen. So, yeah. Even though it's nice weather outside during the day, at night it's really moist and not optimal for painting really. Covering holes, making everything ready. So I'm guessing we're gonna paint the big one first. And yeah, this is gonna be it. Hopefully I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm probably not gonna stream. I'm just gonna record. I just wanted to give you a little bit of a heads up what we're doing and how it's going. So I'll see you in the next one. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, comment down below what you think if you want to see more of this or not. So yeah, I'll see